And welcome, friends, to the Link to the Past Randomizer Open League playoffs. We are here in this match. This is officially the Game 2 Wisdom match between Dixon and Danny Music, representing Acai and Amish Paradise. The series tied 1 apiece, so we already know that we are going to need a game number 4. I'm Adirondack Rick, being joined by Gilgamesh. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to watch a little cross keys after playing a bunch of cross keys the past couple weeks.
Well, we're going to see what winds up happening for both of these runners. Of course, as we just mentioned, it is cross keys. It is going to be featuring a rather interesting and tough pairing coming up here. Danny Music is 8-0 in the regular season, has not lost at all this season, and is perfect when it comes to cross keys in the last 2 seasons.
So that's a pretty good resume for cross keys for sure.
Dixon, on the other hand, we'll go ahead and see, ended up winning in the cross keys match in round number 2 against James FNX. Also won over Streaming Falcon in week number 6. And back in the cross keys week of last year, did not actually play in that mode back in season number 4. So the stage is set for these runners. Winner will get the advantage going into game number 4. What is game 4 and what mode is it?
So game 4 is going to be swordless, and that is going to be played, I believe you said tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, 8:10 p.m. Eastern. Featuring the talents of Tony T. Young versus Zero Nix. Which means that Danny and Dixon, they're going to be on the sidelines watching that match and seeing if they have to play and entrance in game number 5. Here we go. We're underway. Different starts for both runners.
It's like Dixon going for the Houlihan, or not. Danny Music gets to just do the Houlihan immediately because the Sanctuary is at the Fairy drop down today.
Surprised that Dixon opted not to grab those rupees, considering the fact that he could at least pad his wallet there with another extra, what was that, like 50 rupees or something like that?
Yeah. Especially if you're concerned about money that to the point that you're doing the Houlihan. I mean, I probably would have picked it up, but it's given that we got a little bomb pack in Link's house, it may not make as much of a difference because we already have a couple to use.
We find a fairy fountain at the potion shop. What do we find over here at Hyrule Castle?
It's going to be Magic Bat today. Nothing we can do there now, just got to make note of it.
Yeah, put it on your entrance tracker as Dixon's going to find out what is over here. And it looks like Danny Music's going to be spending some rupees on some bombs over there at the Hyrule Castle shop.
Might as well.
And Dixon, knowing that this is Hyrule or a Sanctuary start, so going down here to grab the back 3. Obviously, we have pseudo boots, which means we can't bonk into the wall.
Got a boomerang and not much else.
Also, just as note here, and Saber UX is helping us out by pointing this out, the MSU that we are listening to for Danny Music is the Kirby and the Forgotten Land MSU pack.
And set up their Houlihan now.
Yep, going to drop on down, get the free 225 rupees, because we are going to need some money for Kakariko Village. And then probably start to hit some of the entrances.
Yeah, the Fairy drop down is not necessarily the kindest location for Sanctuary to be. The boots help, but it is still a bit of a dash over to Kakariko, so Dixon actually opting to go east first and hit up around Lake Hylia and then I would assume eastern area.
Yep. get to see what's on the ledge over here, get to see what are in these shops. Get over to Flute 5 and then stop right there. Dash in there. That looked like what, bombs?
Bombs are, yeah.
And we get TR left.
Thinking about it. Well, it looked like he was going to go for it, but after the death, might decide to just say no thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a save and quit, so we're not going to go to the full eastern area. As we do see what we have at the sanctuary, that's where Ganon is, so we are going to need a glove in order to get to Ganon.
That's not too bad. We were probably going to need a glove anyway.
Right. More than likely we do, but that guarantees the need for a glove. And we see, oh, that's a very nice spot to have, although it looks like Danny Music with 8 bombs will probably go in here. I was just going to say, if you don't have a whole lot of bombs, you probably don't want to do a whole lot in here just yet.
Yeah, but this is 7 items we can pick up if, you know... Oh, well, definitely worth it then.
Oh, for certain. That hammer, now you have a secondary weapon. Even though it's short in range, it does help you out in taking care of these Moldorms.
Yeah, this room can be a little scary on 3 hearts and only bombs.
Agreed. Because those Moldorms do 1 heart damage, and they don't care about what your current weaponry is. Oh, that should have hit.
As long as you can get all the items there. Okay. So even if you accidentally take a death here, it's not the end of the world as long as you get everything.
I mean, the unfortunate thing is that now you have blue mail, and a lot of runners don't like to see mail early on in cross keys because death abuse or death reasons, they need that to get back to the start without a mirror.
Hopefully we'll stay on 3 hearts for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so Danny Music finally heading into Kakariko here. We've got, you know, I've never actually counted it, but it's like 12, 13 entrances in here to check.
Agate Tower been discovered over here, and Dana Music is saying no for now, which is the right decision. Maybe you might get a key for that, maybe you might get the glove. Lumberjack is vanilla, and it turns out to be just a blue rupee, so we're not going to need that.
Danny Music went through the exact same thought process I did. I was like, when I first saw that, I was like, nah, and then I thought about it. With Hammer and Boomerang, this is actually pretty quick to just get this 1 item.
Well, true. I didn't know if you were going to try to wait out for a key, though. Find Chicken Coop over here at the tree.
And just some bombs.
Chicken Coop giving us our first bottle.
Bottle's nice to have early, just in case you run across Sick Kid.
Mm-hmm. There's no worse feeling than finding Sick Kid's entrance and you without a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's far out of the way.
Ooh, big key in the Lost Woods here.
That is our first big key. We get a small key at the drop down. They're both for Dark Palace.
Dueling pod keys.
Oh, Dixon finding the useless fairy drop down. GT1 over here, the bottle vendor. Which means that every remaining drop down for Dixon is going to be a good drop down.
Yep, just jump right in. So far, Kakariko hasn't been super interesting.
The most interesting thing so far is on the very northern side of the Agate Tower that we may need, but we don't know that for certain. There's a spike cave that we don't have the tools to beat just yet.
Yeah, it's another one you just have to put on your tracker and hope you remember it later.
Or you'll be just like me and forget all about it and then be on last location and then be like, what am I missing? What am
I've been there.
What am I missing? Oh. Dang you. Me every time.
Checkerboard, just some more bombs.
That was a pretty solid bomb there for Dixon, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good bomb.
Swamp Palace, another thing that we can't do just yet, but we do definitely mark it on our tracker for later.
Not gonna check the race game.
Yeah, interesting decision here by Danny Music not to go ahead and check that. We do see Mimic Cave, which is something that we can do, which is a miraculous thing.
Yeah, imagine being able to check Mimic Cave the first time you find it.
And Paradox Top going out to... Oh!
It's a good one.
You're going back to the village because you just had more entrances you needed to check, and there you go.
Mountain access.
Find Desert Middle right at the Ice Rod Cave. So Dixon took the Paradox Top exit to go over towards the Ice Rod Cave, which is where he is now with Desert.
We got a connector here at the Smith house. Danny's probably, no reason to do that yet. We want to make sure we can activate that flute first. And the drop down is Kakariko Well. Very nice.
All right, so we got ourselves a flute. What else is the reason why we got this hammer early?
Well, it could be right here in Kakariko. In the well. Let's see.
There it is.
How about all of the mountain now?
And it's a good thing that Dixon did get that blue mail. I know I was scoffing at that blue mail just a moment ago, but Dixon would have been back to start if it wasn't for that blue mail. Quarreling Brothers.
Another connector to check at some point. Luckily, that flute makes it very easy to get back to Kakariko and check all these connectors.
Oh, bottom goes out to the floating island.
Good knowledge.
Floating island. And I missed the knowledge on what is going to be the medallion.
Hopefully we never have to care about that.
Potion shop has been found over here at the sick kid house.
But yeah, that flute's going to make things very nice for Danny, especially given that Kakariko's a little bit of a pain to get back to. There was a number of connectors that you're going to want to check, plus, having that potion shop there, and very, very convenient to have that flute.
As we welcome in our audience here from SpeedGaming 5, we're in this game number 2, official game number 2, but it is officially in the books as game 3 between Acai, whatever. I see is how you pronounce
Acai,
it.
Yes.
Amish Paradise. As we continue on with this battle, the Pseudo Boots, Cross Keys, Dixon coming on in here. Just went through the desert connectors, through the paradox connectors, is about to get that flute that Danny Music has when he gets to Mimic Cave in just a moment. And both runners ended up going through Useless Fairy.
I didn't blame him. After I find the Ganon drop down, I'll tend to just hop down into any drop down, because I mean you're not losing a ton by accidentally going to the fairy. And just a shield on the maze race, so Danny Music not going to have to worry about that.
And we know that Dixon's not missing out on the knowledge of a very important item over there. So for those of you who have not seen Pseudo Boots means that you technically can run, but you do not officially have the boots. So you cannot bonk into rocks, you cannot bonk into those walls that would allow you to do so, and you cannot item dash.
It lets you dash, and that's about it.
And when you bonk in a weird way.
It is weird. And you totally forget that you can't bonk open walls or bonk across gaps, and then you try to do it 3 or 4 times per seed.
And you have that goofy bounce back, and there you go.
It's $5 on the lumberjack ledge there.
Yep. Danny Music going in there. We saw that a few moments ago. But the winner of this match will be holding out and waiting on another pairing that is currently going to a Game 5 on the other side of this bracket, which is absolutely lovely. I mean, we all love Game 5s, don't we?
Yeah, we've got. Oh, I don't, but I like watching them.
My partner in crime over here is part of Saha's Kids, who has already punched their spot in the conference finals. By the way, conference finals means that you get that automatic invitation into the Invitation League.
Yeah, that'll be fun next year. We'll see how that goes.
And we know some of you were watching some of that great stuff in the Invitational League a little bit a while ago. We're not going to spoil those results. Go ahead and watch the VODs, especially the races that just wrapped up.
So Danny heading over to finish up the eastern area checks here. I'm surprised it just didn't scoot right up the mountain. But we'll see if this pays off. Looks like he's gonna continue being a little thorough before heading up the mountain. Hopefully, maybe looking to find a mirror or something.
I think the idea at this stage is to try to clear out some of your Spear 1s first, in case there's a very important 5-item cave that you're leaving behind.
Danny's gonna go in here to TR, so we can do, we can do chain chomps, and technically you could do lava chest. That would be a little scary trying to beat that Pokey with our current loadout.
He's not even going to touch it at this point in time, because the only thing that you have that does damage against that Pokey is the hammer, and trying to hammer down something that can kill you in one quick swoop is not appealing whatsoever at this stage.
Speaking of things that can kill you in one swoop, chain chomps.
Dodges the first attack. Gets the invincibility frames. I thought they were going to run out just in time. Gets it. There we go.
Gets that valuable heart piece.
More valuable is the knowledge at this point.
All right, where are we headed now?
So Danny Music is going to be finishing off this eastern area.
Oh, right, because Danny fluted over here, so did not check these early caves yet.
And there is a logical Spear 1 here in Skullwood's back, which is this one chest down here.
This is one of those situations we were talking about where you want to be able to death warp quickly. I'm just going to save him quick out of here. Okay.
Yeah, because he already checked the Saha's area.
Okay. I thought he went
Eastern.
from 5 to Eastern and didn't get to Saha yet. All right, now we probably see some mountain.
Yeah, because he didn't have the glove, he wound up having to go over in that direction to begin with. All right, so chest came over here at our first location. And just for vanilla.
Both players hot on each other's heels on the mountain here. Hi.
And the Palace of Darkness, which is our first indication of what we need to do for this seed, because it is listed as a C, which means, of course, it is a crystal.
And we have a small key, so you can do some stuff here. You can do some more if you want a mimic clip, or I don't know what's in the bottle. I don't think it was a potion.
No, I want to say that was a B in a bottle, perhaps. I'm not 100% sold on that answer. Yeah, it was a B.
Can't potion unlock with a B, unfortunately.
And so our pendant, or rather our Believe in Pod pundits are out in full force at this point. Do you believe in Pod?
If I find it, I'm gonna do... with very few exceptions in cross keys, if I find a dungeon, I will tend to do what I can in it.
Meanwhile, Dixon has found the old man rescue. And it looks like Danny Music is about to do some mimic clipping.
Nope.
Danny
Just gonna
Music is
leave.
not going to do some mimic clipping. He is on out to pier.
So Danny Music heading into the Old Man Cave as Dixon is leaving the Old Man Cave. So we'll give us another save and quit spot to check once we're done on the mountain.
And another heart piece to put ourselves at 5, just in time to dodge those green cabbages.
Are they green?
There's something of a greenish color.
Okay.
I think they've been holding out for the discount racks over there at the grocery store. They're not the purest green out there.
Alright, we got a map up top of Spec Rock. Alright,
And Kid!
there he is. What does he got? He's got a big key.
Big key to GT.
Ooh.
All right, let's talk about GT then.
Sure.
What drop downs have we not seen yet? We have not seen Hyrule Castle drop down.
It is Uncle at the GT drop down.
Okay. Where was Lost Woods? Oh.
I forget exactly, but I do remember somebody dropping down into it.
Yep, I remember it too.
Hey,
you're right.
Dixon thinking. Gonna take this opportunity to go in after bailing out earlier.
Whereas Danny Music is just gonna go ahead and say no because...
Oh boy, we're gonna attempt this.
Alright, so this shall be fun.
Did bees attack Pokies?
Let's just say that I've never been bold enough to try it.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
so now
boy.
we're on one-hit knockout.
You gotta watch out. Those things ricochet like you. Yep,
Like
they
that.
just always home in on you for some reason. Feels like. I appreciate
And-
the effort, though.
I would almost be tempted just to blow the key at that point and just go back to get that Pokey later. But I get why you don't do that.
Well,
either.
we don't. Dixon doesn't even have a small key yet.
Oh, true. Yes, because Danny Music's the only one who has the key for digging
Yeah.
the Palace of Darkness.
But otherwise, yes, I agree with you. I would have just gone straight in there and said, "I'll come back for the Pokey later if I need it."
However, the one caveat is, oh, I hate finding connectors at this stage. But
Well, we saw the
you're-
bottom of Fairy Ascension, so we don't need to worry about taking that.
oh, now this is not logical.
We don't care about that though.
This is not logical. For anyone who's watching this is not logical because we do not have the Mirror's Shield or the Cane or the Cane of Samaria, that is.
Ooh, that is
Not
a
the
nice
Cane of
get,
Samaria,
though.
the Cane of Burna or the Magic Cape.
We will certainly take a sword.
And we'll take a compass too.
Ooh, Danny having a little trouble with the laser skips here.
But you will definitely note this entrance for later
Mm-hmm.
because you're coming back. This is how
Most
you're going to get
likely.
to Trinex.
Assuming we need to beat Trinex.
And there's the dam.
And we do know where Swamp is, so if we get I mean, we have Hookshot and Hammer. We still need some flippers and a small key, but we're, relatively close to a fully clearable Swamp.
And we welcome in another audience coming on in, joining us for this game, the League Conference Semifinals between Acai and Amish Paradise Dixon
Oh.
versus Danny Music, and that's a glove. That
There
is
it
good.
Just hanging out at the dam. And we've got Tower of Hera. Hey, this is a clearable dungeon. Not in logic, but I'm pretty sure both of these runners can Hera pot just fine.
I mean, you've got the boots. Not the real boots, but that doesn't stop you from dashing. Oh!
Wow.
Hi
We'll
there.
take it. Yeah.
And these two runners are going to be following in each other's footsteps once again as Danny Music goes into the Tower of Hera.
Let me tell you about the bomb setup for Herapod.
Pretty solid bomb setup too, isn't it?
I like the bomb setup better, just because I know that I can't do the spin speed one. It's a nightmare. I'd be sitting there for 5 minutes trying to do it.
Well, as Danny Music gets ready to do it, now you can talk about the bomb setup.
Stacked Hera. Yeah, Danny Music doing the.
Oh.
Well, at least you got a refund.
The dangers right there when you wind up pulling the item as opposed to the side of the pot that you're trying to get to. Of course, the caveat of all of this is that you're leaving behind the big chest, but you're not going to complain. Hold on, please.
So
we found the bow, of course.
Bow. We have a hammer. We have a pod big key. We're a couple pod smalls away from basically being able to full clear that dungeon.
And again, not in logic.
Right, but again, we don't care that much. At least not right now.
I mean, in a way, you still want to kind of keep respect of the logic.
You want to keep a mind of what's in and what's out of logic to help you determine where things can and cannot be later. Speaking of pod smalls.
And it's a green panda Hera.
You know, if you're going to find a pendant, that's the one you want to find.
And also, if you're going to find a pendant dungeon, have something nice that you're going to need to beat this game, likely. Well, that's a big bonus.
Yeah, that was a worthwhile dip for sure.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, the Hera big key is the thing we're going to need to be mindful of, because that is what's going to put that bow into logic, plus, of course, that pod small.
Assuming that that's our first bow, that could be our second bow, logically.
But the reason why you want to try to keep mind of where things are in the logic is more for situations like, for instance, when you are starting to run out of locations where the Moon Pearl can be, and you know how big the Moon Pearl can be.
Yep.
So this is where Danny Music's route is going to differ. Of course, he still needs to get over to that right side. Ooh, that's a pretty solid find right there. 5 items. Let's see what we got inside. Oh, Super Bunny Cave bot top. And we found the Compass of Thieves Town, 300 rupees. There's a sword upgrade.
Another mail upgrade. All right. Good defense. And another big key?
Eastern Palace.
All right. So that'll, if we stumble upon Eastern, we'll be able to full clear that as well.
Of course, not in logic, but who
again,
cares?
Yes, not in logic.
All right, so Dixon going back up to the mountain, and what is Dixon up to right now?
I don't remember if there was a connector up here or something.
Or are we going back after that TR entrance? Yeah, we're going back for that TR entrance.
Okay, this is a little surprising because there's not that much that Dixon can do in here. Although I guess with the...
You now have the Master Sword, so you have a better chance against that Pokey.
Yeah, and I guess with the with Samario, we can actually go out the front of TR as well and check what that is if we find... If you take this key, but you're probably just going to use this for Laser Bridge. Or not Laser Bridge, Lava Chest, that's the one.
Dixon trying to wind up and swing, but getting bothered by the 2 skull heads.
Almost got it. One more spin, I think. Oh! Alright,
there
the red
we
mail
go.
helps a lot too.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so for all that effort, Dixon's going to be rewarded with...
$5.
Hey, I would take $5.
I mean, it could have been worse.
It could have been a single arrow.
Yeah. Dixon topping off on magic despite being topped off already.
Force of habit.
And I'm gonna get that piece of heart here from the chain chomps. And then let's see. So where do we want to go now? We have a couple connectors we haven't checked, like these desert ones. We can. Danny can go farther into pod, but again, not really in logic. Oh, we've got the old man entrance, which is useless.
Right next to another start location. Thank you, game. And I think that Dixon's thinking about that Palace of Darkness now.
Yeah, looks like it. Especially with that bow, it can be the bow lock side as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's one way of coming out of desert. Did you see which exit he came out, the left or right?
I believe it was the left because he was heading towards the left last I looked at that screen.
All right. Getting confirmation, getting the left out to the Dark Shopping Mall. Because knowing that there's a connector to Dark Shopping Mall is a really nice one to find.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Because it means that those 3 entrances are not flipper blocked.
And they're also not a pain to get to.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Have you ever tried to fake flipper past those bombers?
No, I specifically do not do that because I know I would ruin it every time.
That's my point exactly.
All right, let's see what we've got on the... Oh, so Danny's going straight to the back.
All right, our sequence broken bow leads us to a refund.
And
Thank you for the map for Hera.
a heart.
And a heart. So nothing spectacular here, but
Yeah,
the
this is
searching
all out of
continues.
logic now, too, for everything that they're checking.
$21 rupees downstairs in the dark basement.
Well, actually, there's a lot more if you pick up all the rupees on the floor.
Well, true, but inside the 2 chests, of course.
And Danny's gonna set up a hammer yump here. Nope, is not gonna set up a hammer yump.
Probably
Wait,
just
is
to
gonna set up
reset
a hammer
things
yump.
the way that he's comfortable doing it.
Okay. I found it a little bit easier to do from the north, actually, because you get a little more time.
Trying to get this pixel properly, gets the bomb set, lays down the bomb, looks like we're good. And sword upgrade number 2. Or 3. 2 of those sword upgrades are not in logic at this point. Again, who cares?
Yeah, especially for swords.
Hey, illegal bombs.
Alright, we got one more chest in here to check. Danny still has to do... Ooh, be careful.
This is not going to end well.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be unfortunate because now he orphans off this bottom or this top chest.
Well, we're just gonna hope this is nothing important. Danny's still got to check the bow lock side.
All right, survey says,
Just
okay,
a compass.
that's a good thing because when there's something big in that side of that chest, even though it's locked behind 6 pod smalls, it is not a good sign because you are going to be doing everything except for that chest for the longest time.
Yeah, sometimes those Kadangos just don't want to cooperate and will non-stop shoot fire at you as you're trying to navigate in the dark.
All right, Old Man Back is going to take us somewhere else that we can't do right now.
So where are we going now? I think there was a couple connectors in Kakariko that we can check. The Quarreling Brothers and the Old Lady connector. I don't know if either player went through those yet.
Neither have. So you have the Quarreling Brothers, which was located at the Hotel Mario, and you have the Elder, which is located at the Breadsmiths. You also have that entrance at the Tower of Hera, or not the Tower of Hera, at the Death Mountain Climb that you can check.
Right, with the glove.
But Dixon has not checked these just yet, so we'll get Super Bunny top in just a second. And it looks like Danny Music is getting dead rocked.
That there was anything over here.
He looks like he's heading for the Turtle Rock basement entrance here to get that out of logic check for the Crystal Roller Room.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting choice.
Or you said we had found the other side of Fairy Ascension?
We did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, this is an interesting choice because this is also extremely out of logic at the moment. For one check.
This might be just time to think while you're coming up with your next move. So you're still moving towards your goal, but you're using this time to think, what have I done yet that is in logic with the stuff that I've picked up?
Bombs.
Hey, Dixon now fluting to 5. Oh, by the way,
that's not going to work without a Moon Pearl.
We can't do much with the glove and hammer at this point in time.
That was almost really sad.
I mean, it would have been sad, especially when you go into the portal and you're like, oh, yeah. But nice use of the portal here. Yeah, nice use of the connector here for Danny Music. So we are going to see what we have here at the Death Mountain Climb. And it is just the expansion fairy.
I just want a couple bombs and a couple arrows.
Have either runner, by the way, checked Mini Moldorm Cave?
I don't remember. Chat is saying yes.
Okay, so they are saying it's junk. Once again, shoutouts to Saber UX. Also, Lady Laura Linda for doing the button clicking for both of us here on this Speed Gaming stream. Open League match number 3 between these two teams. The winner of this will have the team advantage going into Game 4. Swordless tomorrow, 8:10 p.m. Eastern. Set your alarm. Should be a fun match. So I think the answer has to be one of those two connectors.
Yeah, because we've checked basically everything else. It's just a matter of I'm not entirely sure what we're doing here. Oh, Spike. No, we can't do Spike Cave yet. We don't have a.
Oh, we are going to be breaking logic a little bit more.
This is surprising. Like I really don't think I would want to break logic this much looking for my Moon Pearl.
And I'm wondering if Danny Music has just misthought about the connectors in Kakariko Village at this stage.
Because these aren't even like dense checks. These are like singleton checks.
Yes, indeed. But we are being reminded that Zora is in logic because of that glove.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, it looks like Dixon's going to be the first one to show us what we have over with our connectors. So once again, we have the Quarreling Brothers right here. And the Quarreling Brothers is going to yield us... What are we going to get out of the Quarreling Brothers today?
We are going to
get
a good connector to know about, but doesn't do much for us at the moment.
Yeah, because... Well, here's the problem. Hi, Meyer.
Bye, Meyer.
And you can't do much about this now unless you fake flipper again. But that's definitely one to know about, that Meyer is going to be potentially flipper blocked. Like 99%. Oh, gosh!
Well, we can check these entrances here real quick just to see.
So there is one disgusting... Oh, that was close.
We do still have a desert connector, I believe, to check as well. I don't think anyone's checked the east exit.
You're right. So there's one potential disgusting idea here.
Go on.
Bunny walking and the NPC in the hype cave has your moon pearl.
You've been talking to Willard a lot.
No, because I remember it happening to me in a ladder race, and let's just say that I lost because I didn't think about it.
I have not run into that, but it is certainly possible.
All right, Zora. What great things are you going to give us, Zora? Are you going to give us a gumball?
There's not a whole lot left in logic here, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yep.
Gumball! And with that, the seed has officially turned disgusting. Danny Music is back in logic. Well, for the most part. I mean, we still have an illegal bow, and we still have a few other illegal things like 2 swords, but we do have Dark World access with that bow.
Yep, and we're just going to head straight in. So what do we want to find next? I think if I'm these runners, give me a mirror right now.
For certain. Mirror would be the biggest thing to find. How about Thief Sound?
You know what? Sure. This is quick 4 checks. Although the Death Warp is starting to get more and more difficult at this point.
TR2.
Yeah, Dixon's going to be... Yeah, well, right about now is going to be pushed into the Zora area, so... Probably realizing that this is all that's left.
Outside of Desert Right entrance, and even there, Desert Right can't be leading to a whole lot. But this is also why, if you start to do a whole lot of bunny walking, you're going to be wasting a lot of time. So I think this is where being mindful of your logic, it comes into play.
Yes, for sure. Realizing that those bow checks and a lot of the other stuff that you found is not in logic, so you're not going too crazy out in left field trying to find that moon pearl.
Hey, the map to Misery Mire. Danny Music knows where that is.
Yeah, these death warps are a little bit of a pain now. Luckily, the traps do full heart of damage regardless of mail.
That is correct. Just in case people are forgetting about that, you can get to Zora with the gloves. You just have to flute to 2 for the easy way to get there this time around. Lift up that rock and walk all the way over to Zora, but it is in logic. All right, Dixon, Moon Pearl in hand. It knows about the connector.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for. Yeah, I think it's the brothers one that you want, not this one.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about it. Wait, it's like, did I mismark something?
Yeah, but I think at this point you've got to at least buy into your plans. That apparently your plan is to go up to the top here and go check out that lift rock outside of TR.
Or we can drop down and check the drop downs there too as well. Like, this is fine. Although I guess he probably checked these entrances, right? When he bunny walked over here?
I believe he did. Oh, the brewery. Yay.
No, maybe not. Or was it Danny who found the floating island?
Oh. Goodbye, good bee. You're replaced with a fairy, which is going to be bad for Death Warp.
Yeah, it just makes it even worse.
All right, so yeah, it appears to be that Dixon did wind up getting up there, saw that pyramid, and was like, okay, I'll remember that for later.
That old man start is so annoying. That is like...
It so is. All right, so it looks like Dixon is planning to go through the Quarreling Brothers to take him to the Village of Outcasts, where that connector will actually be worth it.
It looks like Danny's going to go up to the pod area. Oh, Spiral Cave. Ugh.
And money making. The arrow
You know,
game.
I think I would have been tempted to take Spiral Cave there. It's not too hard to get back into the Dark World from here.
I think this is the last entrance that Danny has to check. Oh, Sahashbala!
Well, he's got Hammer, right? So we can go up to the pod entrances as well.
True. But he can also flute 5 if he wants to get there.
That's true. Oh,
Mirror!
wow! Okay, well, I would have gotten destroyed.
And there's our Bomb Shot, Palace of Darkness, Misery Mire 5-6. So we definitely needed that gain of some Maria.
Looks like, yeah, it's gonna
And
take
yeah,
it now.
Danny Music is going to Spiral Cave now, but I'm glad that he actually, I'm not sure I would take Spiral Cave just yet. Find out what's at K45 first and the left Quarreling Brothers, and then do Spiral Cave. But maybe he's thinking about doing that when he goes to the Village of Outcasts.
Dixon heading up into Skullwoods.
Map to Swamp Palace.
Could be good.
So we know we definitely need... Oh, that's...
Oh, that's everyone's favorite. That's fine. With Flute makes it very easy to get back to where we want to be, so... Like, yeah, going to the pod area here.
So I think the big thing here now for us is that we are more certain that we did need those flippers for Misery Mire. The only case is if we find a connector that takes us to the Ice Palace exit / entrance there, and you can mirror. And in that case, Misery Mire has your flippers, and you're like, huh? Oh, there's got to be a connector over here.
It's like we have the bad layout for Skull Woods.
But both you and I know the power of mirror and cross keys.
It's one of the best items. Oh no, this is a good layout. My mistake. Yeah, the mirror is one of the items you want to find as early as possible to avoid orphaning a bunch of random entrances all over the place.
110 rupees for a Bombos medallion.
I mean, that could be our Ice Palace entry if we find ice.
Yes, indeed. And given our current item loadout, you would finish that. Boots!
Oh, yay! Now we can bonk for real. Gives us a couple more entrance checks. Danny, especially, because Danny will be able to check King's Tomb bonk rocks.
And we have seen some pseudo boots matches come down to those actual boots. There's Desert Back.
Yeah, a lot of times one of your dungeons will be, locked behind one of the bonkable entrances.
Or an item on a torch.
You sure?
Oh, another 5-item cave here with Mini Moldorm.
Is that so? I think Hype Cave is the only one we haven't found. The 5-item cave.
That's correct. Small key to desert.
All right, sure. Gold
Funnels
sword.
Sword upgrade, and we get the map to desert.
Nice.
I love when we find the map and a key in the same place.
Oh, this is great actually, because Danny can go head over here, check the top of Hyrule Castle with that mirror now.
And I know it's not part of the overworld per se, but I think one of the bigger things we haven't seen is any of the Hyrule Castle entrances.
True, yeah, we have not seen a single one of those.
Graveyard Ledge here for Dixon. And a
okay.
magic powder that we don't know if we need or not.
Alright. And our last entrance on the top of Hyrule Castle is GT. Hammer, hookshot, Samaria.
That's a pretty solid entrance to find, my
Yeah,
friend.
we've only got one small key, though, so you have to be a little careful about how you spend them here.
There's the big key to Misery Mire. We need that.
Start off with a little tile room action.
Yay! Tile room.
Ooh, Dixon's setting up a kern jump here. Nicely done.
Which is going to be unfortunate for Dixon because without that mirror, is not going to get to the top of Hyrule Castle at this point, which is, of course, where GT is.
Right. Well, I mean, not necessarily anything in here.
Hey, though Dixon is the first to find Hotel Mario, so there is that.
But yes, I believe with a single key, if you ignore double fire bar, you can still get to Ice Armos.
On the torch is a small key, which Danny Music is not going to be
He can't
able
get
to
it.
grab.
Ooh, that could be an important one.
It could be the Swamp Small for all we know. That's a big key right there for Dixon.
Skullwoods, ugh.
One of the two worst big keys out there.
Small key to Turtle Rock.
That's 3 already.
And a small key to Castle Tower. Ooh. No thanks.
Technically not in logic just yet, but... Double fireball.
You just
our
spent
room.
the key here. Oh,
Key for
wow,
key!
the bailout.
And we've just found Hype Cave. Which is Ice Palace Big Key, which we don't know if we need because Icebreaker, anyone?
So yeah, not anything great from those boots yet. Looks like Dixon's gonna go check out Magic Bet here.
You know what I'm ready to see?
What's that?
I am so ready to see the Ice Armos give us the, wait a second, the big key to the Tower of Hera. As Dixon finds the Thieves' Town big key at the Magic Bat.
That's a pretty good one. So Thieves' Town is full. Well, so Dixon does not have the small key yet. Danny Music does.
It's like a tale of two cities over here.
Yeah, I mean, if you combine their loadouts, they're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The encyclopedia inside the big chest of GT.
Gross.
And that's right, you can pseudo boot bonk past that ledge. Although the routes are going to slowly converge back together as Dixon's making his way over here towards the digging game. Oh, Danny Music getting a little heads up there, or getting a little argued there by the Armos. We do not have a fire source, so we cannot climb the tower just yet. And we still don't have a fire source, so we are not climbing the tower.
So, what did we get out of GT? A big key?
So we pulled out a book.
Oh, right, the book. Oh, mirror bonk.
And a mirror bonk.
So I think I think we're gonna head up to Catfish here on Danny's side, though. So that'll be good to get that Thieves Town big.
There we go. And Savory UX is noting to us that Ice Palace is a crystal.
All right. Yeah, we are lacking quite a bit of dungeon info, actually.
Yeah, we only really know about our 5-6. Elves of Darkness and Misery Mire both being 5-6s. Although Danny Music doesn't know about the 5-6 aspect just yet. Dixon's about to find Thieves Town. This can get interesting if Dixon chooses to go inside and dig this thing.
It's got the small key now, so I think I would be inclined to just do it. Yeah, you can full clear it.
With that key, definitely. Yeah. You get this thing done now.
Still a pretty decent chance it's a crystal.
Here comes the big key for Danny Music. This was the Ice Palace big key.
No, this one was the Thieves Town, I think.
No.
Oh, Skullwoods. We just got a whole bunch.
Oh, look at this information. Ice is a crystal, as we just noted. Swamp is a crystal. Thieves Town is a crystal.
Good news for Dixon.
Skull Woods, I believe, was a pendant.
Yes.
So... Right, because the Thieves Town big key, that was located on the magic bat.
Right. Where was the powder again? Bonk Rocks?
Bonk Rocks was where the Ice Palace big key was.
Right.
Powder was at Graveyard Ledge.
Right, okay.
Which was at the Curiosity Shop location.
Ooh, Danny's trying the dangerous fake flipper here. All right, man,
Gets it.
Get there with the iframes.
And because we saw the desert connector over here, this is in
Okay, game.
All right.
Ooh,
this
cave,
one's a good one, though.
Wait, Danny, why are we not going into Hookshot Cave? Oh, he's going to spend that small key, huh? Okay, that makes sense.
By the way, desert has a P next to it.
It does. So that is our 3 pendants, right?
I
Skull
do.
Woods,
Desert,
Tower of Hera, and Desert.
Tower of Hera, and Skull, which means that Eastern is also a crystal, which we're going to have to find at some point.
Means we need an Ice Rod, and by the way, Fire Rod in Thieves Town here for Dixon.
I mean, I do believe that there's an icon that's lit up on the screen that indicates that, so which is awesome to see. So there has been value inside of this Thieves Town.
Plus it's a crystal, yeah, I would say this is a pretty good Thieves Town.
Oh, yeah.
Dixon doesn't know it's a crystal, but he'll be pleasantly surprised.
TR4!
And
Desert Big!
Ugh, no, thank you.
Why no thank you?
Because it's a pendant.
What's pendant got to do with it?
We do know where Desert North is.
Yes, we do.
We do know where Skull Woods North is.
Yes, we do.
We have a Fire Rod.
Yes, we do. But we still don't have 2 Skullwood small keys to put that in logic. Shout out to chat for continuing on my reference. What's a pendant but a second-hand progression?
Woof. Oh, Flipper's on blind. All right.
All right, well, there's our Well, thank you, game. I guess,
pretty
remember
good piece,
earlier
man.
when I was talking about that whole get yourself over to K45 to see what's at that entrance? Never mind that now!
Alright, so Danny's finally going to get into this side of the Dark World. We'll get a couple entrances that Dixon cannot check yet due to the lack of mirror on that side.
All right. Dark Links Bonk Rocks. Nothing. Danny not even talking to the bomb shop vendor. He's already got all that information. So why bother? Hey, Bumper Top. These are locations that I don't remember seeing earlier, so...
We did see them on Dixon's side.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Here comes the mirror for Dixon.
Oh, Saha and fake Saha happening at the same time here.
Only one can be the real Saha. And I believe that belongs to Saha's kids.
That is, yes. Alright, so we're gonna go... We're just gonna hop down here and check this mirror. Yeah, you gotta go all the way to do this, so not gonna be able to do North Dark World, although it's pretty easy to get back there. Just flute back up and take the connector again. And Danny has also not checked the race game, so is gonna be greeted with a shield here. Nope.
Yep, and immediately turn around and say, nope, I don't want that, thank you, bye-bye. And at the quarreling left, we see...
a shop.
How the heck do you expect visitors to come and get to that shop? I notice that other people are commenting about my bad reference with regards to 1990s pop songs.
I don't see anything. I don't know.
So I guess I better behave now before I get yanked off commentary for singing once again. I mean, it's the league. You should be getting used to be singing in commentary for that. Hey, by the way, Floating Island's now accessible to us.
Good. You can do a bunch. Well, not a bunch, but a couple more checks here on Light Death Mountain.
Yeah, depending on how you play this out, you can check 3 entrances.
You can check Hera too.
That is true.
Can't check the Ether Tablet on Dixon's side, just as per note there, because does not have that book.
1980s pop song. All right, I was trying to make myself younger, okay?
Oh, Woods music sounds like a 1980s pop song.
Tower of Hera Small. In Spectacle Rock. Nice bomb jump there for Dixon. And... well,
you know what? That's a nice one to cross off your list to not have to worry about it.
Bingo. I've got Chad all against me this time around, so you might be on your own in just a little bit. Hey, that's another entrance to find.
That is a good one. See what we got. We have a dark connector, and it looks like the opposite side of the diagonal Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's the Death Mountain descent. And Dixon fell down the hole.
This was a little tricky to navigate from this way.
Mm-hmm. Yep, indeed.
Like he's got through the first room.
There are the boots for Danny Music. Now,
oh
gosh,
GR Bridge. Okay.
All right, so I guess we'll be asking some more questions a little bit later on. But in the meantime, what do we got in Ice Rod Cave?
Small key to Meyer. Meh. Throw it in the trash.
I mean, it's good for logic purposes, but you're right. I mean, as you said before, who really cares?
Hey, there's our Hyrule Castle.
Well, what does logic really need? Why do we really care about logic?
Well, depends on who you ask.
Oh, hi there, Agina.
All right, this is a good little trip here. We're gonna get some info. I don't think this is an entrance that Dixon checked yet.
Nope.
Oh,
Meyer
there was
2.
another Meyer. Okay, that one we can definitely throw in the trash.
I mean, one more Meyer, and then now you're starting to think about, okay, what's on the cutscene chest?
Yeah, I mean, so Dixon does not have the Meyer big yet, but I mean, if they did, that's a clearable Meyer as well, which we know is a crystal. Again, not logically because we don't have a lamp, but you know.
Let's head over towards Dark Cross, which also is not in logic at this point, because Entrance Shuffle is set into the old standards where you needed to have a lamp to get back here. And here comes
I believe had... Yes, there it is, the Ice Palace Pig. Do we have the Hyrule Castle small key? I don't
No,
think
we do not.
Okay.
We just have the Agate Tower key. Not that we really care, since we've already made it to the back 3 of Escape.
Right, yeah, we can still get everything, but everything past this chest is not in logic.
That is correct.
Alright, so Danny picking up that powder.
Which we definitely needed, because the Thieves Town Big was on Magic Bat, as we saw from Dixon.
Gonna need to make his way back to Magic Bat, probably sooner rather than later, given that there was some important stuff in Thieves Town.
Oh, yeah. And Dixon right now with a 1 crystal lead on this match. So I know we were really talking up Danny Music in this mode a little while ago, but Dixon is also undefeated in this mode for this season. So whomever loses this match will be losing their first in the Pseudo Boost Cross Keys mode, or in Cross Keys in the previous season.
And Zelda Cell has a single $1, so. But we do get to check these connectors.
I think the biggest connectors...
area
I was about to say, I think the biggest connector that we want to see is the Maya region.
That is not quite the Maya region.
That's close! That's close!
Oh! Eastern, this is clearable, and Dixon doesn't know it's a crystal, but we do. Again, not logically, but neither player really needs the lamp for this seed.
And Danny Music doing the same attempt with the Death Mountain Descension Cave has decided 1 fall is all I need. I'm done here.
Dixon picking up another pod small.
Silver arrows!
Alright. Yeah, we'll take those. Not a huge game changer, but nice quality of life.
Will definitely be a good thing when Dixon heads over towards GT, deals with those ice armors, also for Vitreous.
Assuming Dixon even needs to go into GT. I mean, we did, again, the book was the only thing we found in the basement. It's possible that GT just doesn't have anything.
Which is absolutely weird considering the fact that there's 26 or 27 items inside that place, and usually it does have something that's required whether or not you like it or not.
But we do, we'll see. Entrance-wise, we still need to find Ice Palace. That's a mystery. Dixon needs to find an Ice Rod to be able to beat Trinex. We need a TR Big Key. Dixon actually also needs some TR Smalls, I think.
And there's also one other thing. 2 words, Swamp Small.
Yes, the Swamp Small.
There's the Tower of Hera Big Key. So the Tower of Hera Big Key and the first bow that we picked up was locked behind a lamp.
So that was our second bow, probably.
More than likely.
Okay. See if we can make use of this book here. As our main entrance is
absolutely nothing. Oh, by the way, Meyer Big was in Hope Room, I'm being reminded.
Oh, is that where it was? Okay, so GT is required to some extent.
I thought
how
he
did
hit.
that not hit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dixon got robbed there.
I want an instant replay of that.
Yeah.
And there's the compass to the Palace of Darkness.
Rewarded with a crystal. So, definitely worth it.
And down here, we find more uselessness.
Head back into Hyrule Castle, see what that last connector is. Are there any connectors we haven't found yet?
So as far as required connectors are concerned, I think we have seen the ones that we've needed to see pop up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of Meyer area is going to be a MITS to get to Meyer's situation, or if there's a connector there.
Well, that's not the answer.
Not quite. It's this ether tablet.
Oh, the blinding flash. Half magic is all right to see. It's not going to be something that you need to beat this game, but you will not disagree with that.
No, if the game's going to throw it at you, that's cool. And the rare
Curiosity Shop.
Nobody wants to buy a fire shield?
Sure. I'll buy one for 500 rupees. Here, pick
what
it.
else are we going to spend the money on? We've done Zoro, we've done Digging Game, we've done Pod.
Here, pick it.
Alright, check these drop downs here, and then I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Dixon unfortunately is going to find out that there's nothing here.
Dixon still does have those 3 entrances on Castle, top of Hyrule Castle to check, so might be heading there shortly. Although with those flippers, Dixon can clear Swamp. No, we have to need the small key. Nope, just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, he can go to Swamp and check that one chest, because how many times have you ever had that Swamp
I was
small
watching a race the other day, and I saw it happen.
And then you hate yourself when it turns out to be vanilla.
Uh-huh. I already know Crystal Roller is nothing exciting.
So I think the only connector that we haven't checked yet is the TR left or right to TR front.
Yeah. And then entrance-wise, we can check the back of Skull Woods and that fire rod.
Yay.
So Dixon does not know this is Meyer, right?
No.
So this is, I think they're probably going to go in here. I'm just kidding. They didn't do it.
I ain't going in there without the big key. I think this might be the play that sets up Dixon for checking the Hyrule Castle top.
Yeah, pod area into Hyrule Castle seems to be the route here. Whereas Danny needs to get to Magic Bat.
Yep, that is where the Thieves Town big key is, which is what leads us to the Fire Rod and the Flippers.
I have to think Danny is starting to run out of things here. Unless Danny decides to do something like Dip Meyer.
Dipping Meyer is something that
Without a fire source, no way.
is tough to make a call on at this stage.
Yeah.
But the weight of items, it's difficult to say otherwise.
Yeah.
But this could very well be the Magic Bat.
I think I would have done it. But in Danny's case, I would not. Yeah, like you said, it looks like Danny's going to be put on the path here by getting this Thieves Town big.
Yep, and then we'll see him float over towards 4 once again. Or save and quit, either or. Go into Thieves Town, finish that dungeon off. Yep, there is the save and quit right there.
Back in Desert. Oh, see, finally the blind dungeon clear is not going to pay off for Dixon. Oh, nope, just stealing the key. Okay. Oh, I guess he doesn't have the big key anyway, so he could have done it.
The desert map and the desert big were in the same spot. And
They were over by
right here.
our shopping mall, I thought. Oh no, maybe you're right. Maybe they were here.
I think this was where the small was. I think this is where the small was.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yep, there's the gold sword. There's the map to
Map,
desert. And this should be the small right here. Yep.
Yeah.
So Dixon steals the key and then gets the actual small key.
Got a mirror here.
Check the map, maybe. Nope.
Oh, did we never? I was just gonna blind beat Skull Woods.
Oh, that's gonna be unfortunate when he finds out that this is a pendant. But
Yeah, I mean, unless Moth, Moth could have the Swamp Small. We don't know.
or that. You want to know where I think the Swamp Small might be?
Where was that?
GT Torch.
It could be. I kind of feel like I'm gonna say that GT Torch is probably like a pod small, but
I mean, you could be right. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities out there. It's not like we're down to just minimal keys remaining.
well, actually, I mean, between the two of them, I don't think we have that many keys remaining.
Well, we still have a Castle Tower key outstanding. We still
Right.
have
One Meyer small.
There's still several pod keys that are still outstanding too. We've got the Swamp Small. There's still two Swamps. There's two Skulls Smalls. That's an evil digging apparatus. Ice Palace Small, and there's still one outstanding Misery Mire key. And there's also one outstanding GT key. I gotta remember, because the fact that the two that Danny Music have is not the same two that Dixon has.
Oh, right.
Because Dixon's two comes from a different source, because Danny Music going through there got that second small by way of the double fireball.
Oh, right. That's right. I forgot that was in the firebar room.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So Dixon slowly making their way over to Hyrule Castle, but looks like they'll be getting there shortly. So they'll have GT. So here they're gonna have a bit more GT access than Danny Music had at the time, because with that fire rod, we'll be able to do the right side, and you know, got a big key, got a bow, got a fire rod.
Let's climb.
How spicy are you feeling?
And also the fact that the secret passage is the drop down at Ganon.
Yeah, so the only two, well, I guess 2 plus the third small key in double firebar, that only puts up to pre-Moldorm 2 chest and logic, I believe.
So while these two are checking things that we've seen from the other runner at this very point here, I do want to point out the other members of these two teams. We're going to start off with Amish Paradise. The green pendant member is Zero Nix, who will be running in the Swordless mode coming up in game number 4 tomorrow night at 8:10 p.m. And that means that Danny Music and the other teammate of Team Amish Paradise, Dapper Wormman, is going to be running in Rentrance if this goes the distance to a game number 5. From Acai, we have VGF Taylor as the green pendant. Then we have Tony T. Young, who is going to be the opponent for Zero Nix coming up tomorrow night. And then, of course, we have Dixon here. So it's going to be VGF Taylor and Dixon in that game 5, should it go the distance.
Yeah, we've already got 2 other game 5s on the schedule, or soon to be scheduled for the for this round of Open League playoffs. So having a third one would be pretty interesting. Oh, here's a small key. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, this small key is Meyer. So that's Meyer 3.
That is Meyer 3. So that is a fully in logic completable Meyer now.
And I'm actually surprised that Danny Music is here as soon as he is, but maybe he just doesn't want to go to Misery Meyer just yet. He just wants to check the heavy weight of the items over here, and these two will be pretty even when it comes to discovery over here on the right-hand side. And Gilgamesh, what do we have?
Oh, we've got a mushroom, Rick. And that's really about it. Map to TR, which is actually no. It looks like we already have a lot of full info, so that doesn't help too much. But
yeah, and the interesting thing about that mushroom is that we do know where the.
This is interesting from Dixon. Dixon is just doing the right side and saying, "See you later."
The bottle vendor is, but yeah. The interesting aspect is the fact that, as you just pointed out, Dixon is done with this dungeon for now. And it looks like Danny Music is not climbing as well.
That's a pretty good play for Dixon, I think, because it seems like that Meyer Big was the only thing of value in there.
And Dixon getting the map check right there before going back into the light world. So I think at this point, you're starting to get into that mode. You're at an hour 21. You're wanting to start clearing the dungeons that you can to beat this game. And the mushroom leads to a small key
to Castle
Tower 2.
Yeah, that doesn't really do anything for us.
It doesn't do much for us, but it just made us excited for just a second there. So far, the only of the conference semifinal matches that did not go the distance of 5 games is the Saha Kids versus the Reliable Archery Aces. Saha's Kids swept that one 3-0. How good did that feel?
I mean, it was nice. It was nice to not have to force Talon to play another game 4. Because he is our designated game 4 player.
You're such a good teammate. And here we go, the Misery Meyer dip for Dixon.
So yeah, we have a clearable Meyer. We can beat Pod. We still need to find Ice Palace. Still need the Swamp Small. Still need an Ice Rod.
And Danny Music right behind. We have ourselves a race, my friend. Now, Dixon does have the crystal advantage for already finding Eastern Palace.
Yeah, Danny's got a little bit of catching up to do. But there are still a couple of items that could be pretty much anywhere, so certainly plenty of room for fortunes to change here.
Oh, Dixon ran out of magic's gonna have to go and pick up this pot if he wants to get to the cutscene or the.
That's fine. A little unfortunate, but
yeah, I mean it's fine. He's not gonna be in too much trouble with it. It's just I feel sheepest.
See if Firelock side has anything good for us. So neither player actually has all 3 Meyer Smalls, but we do know that all 3 of them are available.
And they do a high five right there as Danny Music picks up his $20. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the MSU for those just tuning in that we're listening to from Danny Music.
Sounds like Persona music.
It's nice and cheery. Which, I mean, it's Kirby. It's cheerful, but for somebody who's used to using the Kirby's Epic Yarn and listening to the...
That one is very chill. Oh,
for the most part, but it's mysterious when you get to Misery Mire.
Mm-hmm. And yes, that's chat points out. Still no lamp, so we are going to have to do a little Dark Mire here from both players.
Unless we find the map here.
Nope, but how about another pot small?
Unless we find the lamp here. I'm trying to will it into existence.
I'm wondering where that lamp... I'm trying to think how much stuff... Because I don't think we found anything particularly important that's been lamp locked yet.
Well, that Hera Big. That's really it.
Yeah, which we may not be that important at the moment because that, the other bow was an Eastern.
Yep. Which is something that Danny Music still has to discover. That's the big difference between these two runners at this point, is that Dixon has gone through the Hyrule Castle connectors to find where Eastern was at Desert. But I think at some point in time in the very near future, you're probably going to need to see one of these runners make a play for that TR front.
Yeah, because we still don't have that Mire area access. There's another small key. GG, meh.
GT3.
So that is the third one, and we know the fourth, right?
I don't know.
I think we've seen all 4 now between the 2 players.
We very well could be.
Dixon having a little trouble here. Let's see, Danny's using the hook box setup. That's what I like to do. But if you gotta get out of the way of the fireballs. All right,
Danny Music through the first room.
Dixon's still struggling here. There's a couple of setups for this.
I like using the setup where I just hug that wall as it dips down, and then just go down ever so slightly, and they lay the block down. That's usually the way that I've been learned to do it by way of gamer cal.
I usually use the hook box setup, but if I don't have the hook shot, I'll do the go down to where the door is and just toss the block north.
Dixon through this, and by the way, you notice the big difference between these 2 runners, Gilgamesh.
Danny Music has a lot more hearts.
Well, I'm thinking more about something that is AG.
Well, this is true, but we got Gold Sword. Vitreous goes down pretty fast with Gold Sword.
Well, yeah, but I think that means that Dixon's going to have a slightly faster fight.
Yes, a little bit faster. only takes two arrows in the big eye versus 8.
But I think the big difference in time is been washed out by Dixon's issues with that dark room.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Danny just doing a couple sword spins here, and small eyes go down. Easy.
All
There's
right.
gonna be another crystal on the board for Danny Music. Okay. Sure.
I mean, that cape is good because it does officially put one of the swords that they have in logic.
It's true, yes.
And it also allows us to go through Bumper Cave. By the way, we've already seen both ends, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And allows us to go through Spike Cave, which we've already seen. So,
did we see? We haven't done. No one has done Spike Cave yet, though.
No, one of these two did. I know one of these two did. It was a heart container.
Oh, okay.
I want to say Danny Music did. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now here comes the bigger check for Danny Music, because we can get to the front of this dungeon, and that's 3 items, but also that entrance. And I think for Danny Music, if you are on Amish Paradise, you want this to take you to Mire.
And find Ice Palace.
Well, more so that he can find Eastern, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would get them both. That would be the ideal situation. Let's see, what's Dixon's plan here?
Bombo's tablet. No.
Cave 45
Cave
check.
45 is going to find that hookshot cave. And then he's also going to find Desert Right. Oh, he did not.
Shovel check.
That's right. You're
Let's
right.
go.
What do you want the shovel to be?
I want the shovel to be the ice rod. Dope.
Not quite close.
No, I just don't want to wish an ice rod hunt on people.
I mean, you don't, but that's what this game's probably going to give us.
Well, we've got multiple ice rods on the table right now between the Swamp Small and the actual ice rod.
We do. And that's red as well. That's the unfortunate bomb.
I do that all the time.
I
drives
do
me
it
crazy.
I do it all the time too. Both that and also that secret room in GT. And most runners, as somebody was asking about, and most runners, like the people have been asking about with regards to trackers, they have, there's the ice rod.
Ice rod in Turtle Rock. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? All right, well, that puts a clearable Trinex on the board here. Oh, no, it's still a big key.
Yes, that's right. Most runners would like to use programs, whether it be like Big Dunka's engine tracker. There's some people who use a program like Entrando. There's a lot of different entrance trackers out there. And Dixon's going to get the unfortunate news about the Desert Right.
Desert. Well, I can check it now. And there's our Mire connector. Ooh, this is big.
Huge here for Amish Paradise.
If Ice Palace is here and like the mitts are locked behind here, this is a big deal for Danny Music.
And not even that though. As I mean, yeah, that's going to be a big deal in its own regards. But the fact that he's going to be able to get into Eastern this way,
that too, yes.
Like I think that's the biggest deal about this is the fact that he's going to get Eastern. And there's ice!
There it is. So this is a fully clearable Ice Palace.
This race may have just changed tides right now to Danny Music. Dixon's not out of the lead just yet, but
this is definitely good news for Danny Music fans.
It is a huge boon to those cheering on Amish Paradise. Bomb setup, nice.
Very nice.
Got them all.
But yeah, we still do have a couple ice rods on the table, so that swamp small, that TR big can really be anywhere.
The swamp small is probably the biggest. One of the biggest.
Yeah. 16, 17 hearts.
Swamp Palace was at the Quarreling Brothers' right. Is Dixon going in to at least check the first chest? He is.
I mean, you're here. You might as well. There's no reason not to.
If this is vanilla.
It would never be. It would never. The game would never do that. Okay,
no.
See?
Shoutouts to Danny Music, by the way. He was the commentator for the Gembros run during the MagFast run that was taking place last week out in Maryland.
So I'm going back in a pod here, so this is fine. We have 4 small keys. You can pretty much do everything.
Oh, Danny Music did not get the jump.
That's fine. It just, takes a little bit longer to wrap around.
Getting bothered by the anti-fairy just a little bit.
See if Ice T has anything for us. And it's got a map.
No.
To Hyrule Castle. Wow.
So not just a map of uselessness, a mega map of uselessness.
Yeah, literally no use in cross keys.
So Danny Music getting ready to go up against Cold Stare. Dixon has decided I'm gonna just go and complete some dungeons.
You can clear. Yeah, makes sense. Both are doing that, which is the right play right now. Although Dixon does still need to find, and knows that he needs to find one more entrance.
ABCD, the acronym that a lot of people like to use.
I think Dixon probably hoping he'll stumble across Mitts or something here.
Which would give him access to the mire area. Cold Stare coming up here for Danny Music. We have not really seen anything inside of this
Ice Palace has been pretty empty. Let's see if Cold Stare changes that.
He does! There's the mitts!
Alright, so required to walk backwards through TR to get here. Kind of gross. But also very good news for Danny Music.
Very good news for Danny Music. Very good news for Amish Paradise. It just all depends on when Dixon gets on over to this area.
Yeah, that's a tough call to make, too, I think.
But this seed had been starting to scream it once it gave you the fire rod and the multiple TR keys.
So Danny's still hunting for Eastern, but we'll find it shortly.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing coming up in just a moment. Danny Music's got 2 more entrances before he does find that Eastern.
I don't think there's any real high-value entrances left on the table.
Well, there's Myers Shed, I think, is one of the bigger ones. And did we see both fairies? I know we saw one of them.
Pretty sure we saw both pretty early.
But yeah, Myers Shed's vanilla. Kane, Berna.
Meh.
3 bombs. And it looks like Dixon's getting ready to do the same move over here to the TR front. So
this is good news to keep things close here.
We are going to have a rather close race still. And
because, yeah, Danny's going to be clearing Eastern while Dixon's clearing Ice Palace, roughly. So
And after that's done, I think Dixon may still have a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, but Dixon's got all of the GT basement to do. Well, not all, but most of the GT basement to do, which Danny has done already. We know there's nothing there, but that is the most dense spot for Dixon at this point after these.
And that's the reason why Danny has not gone back to pod. He just got pod 3 right there. So he did not even have the key to get to Elmasar, even if he wanted to.
Wow.
So there are the silvers for Danny Music.
Gonna have a very easy Ganon fight tonight.
What do you mean easy? I mean, we've got the gold sword, we've got the red mail, we've got the silver arrows, and we've got half magic, at least for Danny Music. This is going to be an absolutely bear of a fight.
I mean, we don't have lamp, right? So it's going to be pretty hard, you know, a little tougher to hit torch glitch.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a little bit of stress right there. Dixon's about to pick up the ice rod.
Yay! Oh, okay.
I have a really chilling
hovering
thought.
over that mirror, and I got very, very concerned.
I have a really chilling thought. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm braced.
Swamp Small and Hera Big Chest.
Yeah, I mean, the Swamp Small could absolutely be in either of the 2 Hera items that we left.
So somebody in chat is asking, how does this mode get picked? So the modes for games 1, 2, and 3 are based on what pendant you are on your team. Obviously, this one here being the red pendant, the wisdom pendant. So Dixon, the red pendant for team Acai, and Amish Paradises is Danny Music. And so they get every single time in each of these bracket matches, they're going to be facing off in pseudo boots cross keys. The green pendant, they get casual boots. Now, game 3 and game 4 is where the higher seed or the lower seed, higher seed in game 3, lower seed in game 4, get to pick what mode they're going to play based on modes that are given from a list. And game 5 is always going to be co-op entrance with the 2 players from each team that do not play in game 4.
Yeah, like we said earlier, we have a couple cross co-op entrances already on the calendar, and maybe looking for another one here. I know one Drosy was complaining earlier about there not being enough co-op entrances in the Open League playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And here in this conference semifinals, you have 2 minimum, maybe 3, depending on what happens tomorrow night. All right, Danny Music finished with Eastern, picks up the crystal out of there. So, you know, the mitts do give us 2 more checks that we can make.
They do, but I'm not really looking for entrances at this point. I think
I'm talking about breadsmiths and purple chest.
Oh, ew, gross.
By the way, Danny Music hasn't done Hyrule Castle yet because this is the first time Danny Music has discovered Hyrule Castle. So,
oh wow,
he's going to be spending a few moments here while Dixon gets his mitts out of here.
Yeah, we already know that this is going to be a big old nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately, Danny Music doesn't know about it, and it's just quick checks that are here, but in my opinion, those mitts are screaming Breadsmith's chain to me.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's probably a few single item Ks that we still have available to us that we need to maybe get here and there, but
yeah, it's not like it's that hard to do either with the flute and mirror and everything. Like, it's pretty easy to mop up Smith Chain.
Yeah, and what I honestly think is the mitts, you just got them. Why did you get them? Is it for a reason? So I think after Danny Music and Dixon, once they get done with this check, you might be seeing some breadsmiths.
I still think Dixon's. I think the Siren Call of GT for Dixon might be a bit too much to ignore, but we'll see.
Well, true. Dixon still does have the left side of GT to check, and then, of course, there is also that aspect about the climb, which we know the climb is for 6 items.
Right. Nice cold stare fight from Dixon. That'll be picking up crystal number 5.
And there is the mitts for Dixon. So at this point, Dixon still needs to do left side of GT, including the ice armos. Danny Music has done the entire basement, but neither runner has climbed.
We'll see where Dixon heads now. Probably checks the last couple entrances here. But doesn't
Dixon knows that Meyer's Shed is still out there,
right,
and he's about to find it, so.
Danny Music gonna check these. I'm a little surprised Danny's checking these connectors, because I'm not sure what you would connect to at this point that would be valuable. So maybe that, I guess.
Danny Music hasn't seen this, and he's about to find out that, yep, that's the Death Mountain Descension Cave. But I do understand where you're going with this. We know that all of our major jackpot caves, like the 3 that's at Sahasrala, the 5 that are at Mini Moldorm, Blind's Hut, and Hype Cave, they're already exhausted. We've already seen them, and Paradox is exhausted as well, so there's not a whole lot of multi-item caves left in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, density-wise at this point, there really isn't much. It's. Do you want to, like? I think the GT climb is the most dense place left.
Yep, which for Dixon would be a matter of more than a dozen items. For Danny Music, there's 6 items.
So Danny's probably gonna do pod here.
Yep, this is a pod finish for Danny Music. And once Danny Music is done with this will be an even count for both of these runners on the crystals. And Dixon is heading
to check this entrance.
Yes, we're going to check the Ice Palace entrance.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with this still, but
I didn't realize we still had the library out there, but there's just a map up there. Small key to this dungeon.
Wow. Okay, game. Nice.
Which means we're going to be checking Harmless Hellway now. Oh, Danny Music died. Remember, Danny Music died before he got to that upper chest in the Dark Maze.
Oh, right. So still needs to check that as well. Ooh, we're getting the second chest in Castle Tower here.
Yep.
I'm really surprised that Dixon's going for these out-of-logic singleton checks over GT, but maybe it'll pay off.
I mean, nothing happened on the bottom of No. That's a ether that we don't need. That's a piece of heart that we don't need. Alright, so this is where Danny Music dying to the
Dongo is going to cost a little time,
Yeah.
This is going to be a back of Skullwood check here. No, okay.
I know where the lamp is at this point.
Do you?
I don't, but I can try to pretend like I do.
I mean, I've lost all logic threads at this point. I don't know.
I'm almost guessing that we're gonna get the lamp on 6F GT.
Well, here's the Smith's play that you wanted to see. So we'll see if we get something nice from our little frog buddy.
And I'm surprised that Dixon's doing this together Well, actually, I was wondering what Dixon was up to. I thought he was about ready to do hammer pegs. I'm like, you would probably want to check that when you do purple chest.
Just setting the portal up so I can hop right back in after.
That's a good possibility. Yes. Yes. I forget the usefulness of setting up your portals.
Yep. All right. The smiths today have been smithing a small key to Skullwoods. Wow. Womp.
Hey, Gilgamesh?
Hey.
We are one small key to Skullwoods away from the pedestal being in logic.
Oh boy.
Just saying. I'm not wishing that upon our runners at this point, but I'm on commentary during a league match. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets this crazy.
I have to imagine that one of the 2 items we need is on the climb at this point.
And inside hammer pegs, we have nothing.
Dark Sanctuary. Alright, well, we got purple chest, and then I think Dixon's got to do GT.
I don't have a whole lot of dots left in my map, so I think you're 100% correct. All right. Purple chest leads to a 500 rupee shield. Yep. Hey.
This is not GT.
That's Spike Cave.
Oh, okay. Well, sure.
He's gonna get a whole lot of love, and he's gonna like it. And unfortunately, this is not going to come with a fancy guitar riff from Jimmy Page.
All right, let's see where Danny has. So
Danny's floating to 3.
Maybe Smith's for Danny as well.
Yep. Dixon fluting after starting with the old man, fluting to 3.
For what? Are we checking back up Skullwoods now? Is this what we're doing?
Let's see. We are turning to the south. This is Pyramid Ferry. I think this is Pyramid Ferry.
Okay, Pyramid Ferry into GT. All right, I guess.
Yep, this is Pyramid Ferry into GT.
I really don't even know what entrance you could be hoping to find at this point.
You know what's going to happen after you've been saying that so many times
There's
over the
probably
last
something. You're right. There's a one-item entrance that I forgot about, and it's going to have the Swamp Small.
It's going to be a one-item entrance that has the Swamp Small or the Turtle Rock Big.
I'm sure.
It's unlikely, but stranger things have happened in this good old randomizer seed.
I'm trying to rack my brain for what entrances we've seen and what we haven't.
Have we seen Chicken Coop?
Yes.
We saw Sick Kid.
We saw Sick Kid. We saw the library. We
saw the Ice Rod Cave.
We saw Ice Rod Cave. We saw Bonk Rocks.
We saw Hammer Pegs.
Yep. We saw King's Tomb.
Lady Laura Linda doesn't think we've seen Waterfall Ferry. Oh gosh, that's the Old Man Rescue.
Okay, well, that is not the entrance we're looking for. So this is the GT play finally. I think it took a little too long to get here, but, you know, we're here.
Danny music going into Skullwoods.
I guess, sure. Get that shovel. I'm going to be real excited about it.
Yeah. And there's the small key to Misery Mire for Dixon. As we do the left side first, obviously.
We have desert. Yeah, like Landmo is in Logic, I believe. So that's also
Yes, it is.
an option.
There's the shovel for Danny Music.
If I'm an hour 52 into a cross key seed and I just beat a pendant moth for a shovel, I am not happy.
I thought you would be dancing for joy. All right, Danny Music fluting to 3.
Gonna go to
Back into the portal, purple chest.
Yep.
It's not true cross keys until you won hundo, and it's not cross keys until you feel bad about the fact that you hundoed.
Uh-huh. What does Danny have left after this? Is there anything other than GT? I mean, he's got some of the MITS entrances, right? Because Danny didn't do those.
Right. Outside of the couple of things that we've yet to see that were loose squares, like, for instance, the Hera big chest and the Hera small.
Oh, right, Hera,
upstairs.
yes.
Oh, and that's where we're going.
All right. Let's see. The big chest is pretty quick to get to.
The... All right, so we're going to go upstairs first, see what we have here. Then we're going to probably go downstairs.
Dixon also not thrilled about that book, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Checkerboard was found. It was early, very early. I believe Kakariko Village early.
All right,
big chest is a...
Ooh, 18 hearts.
Yeah.
I didn't think there were any full hearts left in the pool. I guess there was one.
There's still some room for Jello, and apparently a heart container too.
All right, now we get to take a little coffee break. As Dixon finishes up Ice Armos, we know there's nothing back here, and there's only one thing left to do.
Cry.
Yep.
And climb.
Yes, you resign yourself to your fate, and you just do it.
6 items on the climb because the secret passageway is going to be at the Ganon drop-down.
I am pretty sure that one, if not both of the items, are just going to be along this path at this point. Also, yeah, where is that lamp?
6F.
And Hera Basement has a boomerang. Not what you're looking for.
All right, Danny Music. Going to go check the shovel now. And inside your head, you're going, where in the world is this item?
Yeah, inside your head, you're like, is my opponent finished yet? I would feel less bad if I was 1 item away from go mode, but the fact that you're still 2 items away at almost 2 hours is not a great feeling.
And you've got to think that one leads to the other.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the worst case scenario is you find the swamp small and you have to full clear swamp looking for the TR big.
All right. First chest check for Danny Music inside a swamp. We know this is just 3 bombs. And that is a no. Okay.
And Mo getting a little away from Dixon here.
Yeah, missed a couple of times with these silvers. Here comes the pyramid bomb for Danny Music.
I'm assuming this will also be
GT.
looped into a GT for Danny as well.
Yep.
So.
Right now, I think it really comes down to whoever finds this progression chain first.
Yeah.
And Dixon's the strong favorite to find it.
6 checks here shortly, so certainly odds on one of them's going to be here. But, you know, they could be just sitting on Landmo.
Or bad.
Yeah, it could just be our third Skullwood Small up here, and then Pettis still has one of them.
We don't know what is on the pedestal. For the longest time, Danny Music was the only one with the book and has never showed us the inscripture. Dixon just recently picked up the book while being here in GT. All right, here we go. Gilgamesh, what's in here?
Lamp. Oh, big key 2, Turtle Rock, there's 1. And small key 2. Oh!
You would have thought they were going to be side by side. So we now know that the climb up GT is required.
And nope, nothing there. But yeah, I mean, you're certainly happy to find at least one of the items that you needed.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives us 2 more checks in Turtle Rock. As we hunt, and hey, we're gonna be able to go mode Swamp Palace, so that's good, right? No left side swamp today. Listen, you gotta take what wins you can.
For certain. Yeah, these two teams are hoping that their respected runners can take the win going into Game 4 tomorrow night.
And we'll get 2 more items on the Uncle drop down here after Dixon beats Aga.
Dixon with a lead of 4 floors of this GT at this stage.
Yeah, looks like, Dixon definitely seems to be on the path a little bit ahead of Danny at this point, but you know that Swamp Small. There are still opportunity for nonsense to happen here.
Oh, for sure. And this seed, 2 hours in, we are not completely done just yet, and we haven't seen all of our smalls just yet. Although, actually, no. Let me put it this way. I think the next small that we see is either Skullwoods 3.
Ice Palace.
Or Ice Palace. There's a lamp!
Wow. Okay, game.
Disgusting!
Alright, well, the hunt for the Swamp Small still continues.
Well, he took the lamp with him while he was trying to save the world of Hyrule.
Listen, the Uncle made it all the way through Ganon's Tower, so that's pretty good.
He sure did.
Alright. Turtle Rock time.
And Dixon's gonna go and check the big chest first.
Oh, is that over on this side? Okay.
Yep.
Might check
Right
the
here in this
tablet
drop
too.
down. Oh, he's not going to that drop down.
Check the Ether tablet first.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Makes sense. So he'll get that half magic.
Yes,
and we'll
indeed.
be like, I don't care at this point. Just give me the small key.
Probably gonna need some Acai tea after he's done with this seed.
Is the Turtle Rock Big Chest the answer?
Is this the key we need? It's the small key! The skull ones! The skull ones! Oh, yay! Why do you do this?
There's only one more. Well, for Dixon, there's 2 trolls, I think. Because Dixon still doesn't have the 4th TR small. Oh, and there's pod smalls too. No, there are still a number of trolls left on the board here.
Oh, that's true. And we have seen the access to Desert Palace. Desert Palace back is over at the Dark Saha. Or if you want to call it Broccoli Man, you can go right ahead and do so.
Danny heading into Moldorm 2 as Dixon's about to fight Trinex, hoping for a small key to drop, and the right one.
Moldorm 2 done treating Danny Music like a rag doll, gets the blue goo as a reward. And now there's the quick zero cycle
Very
for
nice.
Trinex for Dixon. Very nicely done. I can't look. What is this going to be?
10 arrows.
Why you do this?
And well, is 10 arrows preferred to another troll small key?
It's the
small key 2
to Swamp Palace.
There it is. All right, that is go mode for Dixon.
2 hours, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Dixon, the first of these runners into go mode.
So Dixon definitely in control of this at this point. I mean, Danny is going to head straight to Trinex after this, but
at
Dixon
this point
has
in time,
a bit of a lead, a couple minute lead here.
Yep. And with the gold sword and the silver arrows and that stressful Ganon fight coming up a little bit later on, nothing is free, but I mean, you can't get closer to free with this kind of equipment.
Yeah, nice fast Swamp Palace. We just blitz right to the boss here.
And I believe, mistake me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong. This MSU is the MSU pack for this game called A Link to the Past, right?
I've never heard this before, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not fully sure, but I think this might be that MSU package.
Does not sound familiar to me.
Give a big shout out to everybody that's been on crew on this seed for tonight. First of all, you have our runners, Dixon and Danny Music, and also you have the hardworking bunch behind the scenes. You have Sayryu X and Lady Laura Linda collecting the buttons, making the icons appear on these trackers that you see on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, thank you to the trackers for signing up to this and just allowing me and Rick to yap for 2 hours.
I mean, I've had fun doing this with you tonight.
This has been a fun race to watch for sure.
So Danny Music is going to catch up a little bit of time, but unfortunately, I think this is too little, too late in this case.
Yeah, it's gonna be about a full swamp go mode behind.
Pretty much. So it does look like Team Acai is going to be having the 2-1 series lead going into tomorrow night's match. And just as a reminder, that match tomorrow night is going to be at 8:10 p.m. Going to be a whole lot of fun between Tony T. Young for Team Acai and Zero Nix going for Team Amish Paradise. They will be going in swordless in that game for...
Ugh.
So hopefully you can join us for a great Game 4, and maybe we can have 3 of the 4 series in the conference semifinals in the Open League go to a Game 5. There's the go mode for Danny Music.
Yeah, picks up that crystal just as Dixon's about to finish off Argus here.
And yes, that is correct. That is 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are in the West Coast, that would be 5:10 p.m. Pacific. Or if you're over in Europe, well, God bless you. Thank you for staying up all night with us. But that would be at 2:10 a.m. Central European Time.
So the game, that was their GT4. So the game wanted you to climb GT to get the TR Big and Mini Helma, then go to TR to get the Swamp Small to finish Swamp, and then
finally get the lamp.
And then get the lamp? Gross.
And finally get the lamp. So there goes Dixon, heading over to the castle drop down over here. Sanctuary drop down. That is where Ganon is for this seed.
What fun Ganon fact will we have today?
The biggest and
cheese.
heaviest cheese produced. Sounds cheesy for this seed.
Yeah, just 6 sword swings per phase in the first 2 here. Very, very quick. We got Red Bale. We got 18 hearts.
Such a stressful fight.
No mirror shield though, so.
Do you want the mirror shield?
I mean, not usually.
Ganon dropping the 3rd part of the floor, now make it the 4th part of this floor. And we'll remind us that we do have silvers this time around. Sets up for a double over here. Actually, we'll opt for the single, gets the lights on. Waits for Ganon to move and then sets him up for the triple. Here is 2, 3.
2, 3.
Beautiful for Dixon. Team Acai is going to take the 2-1 series lead after Dixon has defeated Danny Music, the first loss for Danny Music in the league season 5.
Get those GGs in chat for Dixon. Coming in with an official time of 2:08:57.
And we get the chorus of the meows for our Triforce text this time around. And just as a reminder, game for tomorrow night at 8:10. And on the line for Team Acai, if they win that match, they will be the second team to get the official invitation to Season 6.
Do we get like an invitation to the mail? Is that how that works? Is it like a physical? It's like a Super Smash Brothers like.
Technically, it goes into your DM box.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I guess you can call it like a mailbox. But if you're holding out for the Hyrule stamp that it might come with, no, you're not going to get it.
No. Danny Music finishing up Argus here.
By the way, I heard a sound of something entering this room, and I believe that would be a Dixon. Am I right?
Yep, that's me.
Well, GG's on the win.
Thank you, thank you.
A lot of mess that the seed sent us through, but the big thing is that you were the first to decide I'm climbing GT.
Yeah, I remember I like got Meyer big and then decided to just do right side, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go leave for now and then finish up Meyer and then I'll be right back, right? And that certainly didn't turn out the way I planned, as it usually doesn't. And then I ended up, doing a little bit of cleanup, figuring that maybe Danny would do GT, and despite having all those items, maybe he would be missing something critical. And then after doing some cleanup, I was like, all right, I think I have enough to where I feel comfortable just doing all of GT, and then let's see if, 2 keys were there. And one of them was there.
Well, technically 2 keys were there, just the other one you didn't really need in that Skullwood Small.
Oh, that's very true.
No, that was Hyrule Castle Small.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
But if you weren't listening to Gilgamesh a little while ago, mention about the crazy path that the seed actually wanted you to get that lamp off the uncle.
Yeah, after quite a long time, I was expecting lamp somewhere in GT, but then it was almost there. Just uncle was just hiding in the pyramid with my lamp. It's a very fun location to find it.
And with the final silver arrow, Danny Music has defeated Ganon and will cross the bridge about 3.5 minutes behind Dixon. So your team's up 2-1. Your thoughts going into Game 4 tomorrow night?
Nothing too much. Just like excited to kind of watch Tony and Zero Next play out Game 4. It'll be a fun game regardless of the results. And then if there's a Game 5, I'm always down for more co-op veterans, so that's no problem.
And we learned that on the pedestal, if we ever decided that we were going to do that, was a rupee horde. So, Yahoo! If you wanted to go ahead and clear the 3 pendant dungeons for that. And we are joined by Danny Music as well.
Hello, GG.
GG's Danny.
GG. Is my mic connected?
It is on. We can hear
you're
you.
good.
So tell us your thoughts about this seed as a whole.
Oh man. Once I finally did climb GT for the Turtle Rock Big Key, I figured that I was possibly in a bit of trouble because I knew that you could have done that a lot earlier in the sequence than I did. And I knew you also could have found the Moon Pearl in a lot earlier of the sequence than I did. Zora was the last thing that I checked that was in the light world. If it wasn't there, then I would have had to go through a bunch of connectors and do some bunny walking.
So
This is the last check for both of you, I think.
yeah, so I think, Danny, you were the first one to the Moon Pearl, but obviously what made the difference of this, both of you tried to put off that GT climb for the longest time, but Dixon was just a little bit faster while you wrangled yourself into the Tower of Hera to find just a little more love to pad your heart count.
Yeah, sometimes GT's the answer, sometimes not. I only had 3 keys, so there's obviously a pretty decent chance that GT would be required if you find 3 keys. I decided not to go for it this time. I had plenty of opportunities where I could have done it, and it was the wrong read in this case, but it is what it is.
That's what cross keys is how well can you read it, and do you make the right decision.
Yeah,
this
this
time
one
around, just unfortunate.
Was especially gross if you were waiting for 4 keys for GT because of where that 4th key ended up being behind the TR big, which you had to climb for, and then beat Trinex, and then beat Argus for that 4th GT small.
Yep, that was a bit rude.
Yeah.
After I had found the Turtle Rock Big Key, I think I had a single-digit number of checks there, including the pedestal. So I was actually hoping that the Swamp Small Key would not be behind the Turtle Rock Big Key, because then I figure there's a chance that Dixon would have gotten baited into Swamp Palace. But unfortunately, that was not my out this time.
Yeah, there was just the chain reaction between the last 2 steps in the path that just became unfortunate for you, and it is what it is. As we pointed out, you had suffered your first loss in the league this season, but still your team down 2-1, but not out of it as you look to game number 4 tomorrow. Anything you want to say to your teammate Zero Next before he heads off into the swordless pit tomorrow?
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not already in the swordless pit, to be honest. Obviously, I would have wanted Nick to be able to play to win the series for us, but I know that he's been working hard and he's a good runner. It's been really awesome getting to play this whole season with Nick and Dapper. So, well, whatever outcome ends up happening tomorrow,
And
I am definitely proud of our team and how we did throughout the regular season, throughout the playoffs, and I would love to play co-op reference against these guys and see if we can get some. Get some entrance revenge.
I was about to say, though, maybe Nyx will allow you to play with Dapper one final time in this series.
Absolutely.
But overall, I think this was a pretty decent showing between the two of you. It's just, in this case, it was the seed trying to get you to go up GT for a while. The other main component was going through TR to get to Ice Palace. Now, that was one of your bigger outs right there, Danny Music, for a little bit, as you had not found Eastern Palace. Dixon took the Hyrule Castle connectors to find Eastern Palace a little while sooner than you did, but finding that Mitz right there on Cold Stare, what did you think?
Well, I was thinking I was still looking for Eastern, so finding Mitz, pretty much gave me access to all the entrances in the game that I cared about.
But it meant that TR connector was the only way you were going to get to Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's true. I figured that there was a decent chance of that, given that I had 4 Turtle Rock small keys for the longest time. I wanted to wait for Fire Rod before going backwards through Turtle Rock.
That totally makes sense, especially since the Ice Rod was over there.
Yeah, I did it pretty shortly after Fire Rod. I think after I found Fire Rod, I did Misery Mire and then Turtle Rock. I think I might have done the right side of Ganon's Tower before even that. And like that was another opportunity where I could have just done the right side and then gone up the climb, but there was still so much other stuff that I had available that I didn't want to do it then.
Yeah, and again, as I was saying, I can't fault you for the choices. Like, if I was in the same situation, maybe I'd do the same thing as you do. It was just, in this case, the answer was not that you had to climb, but maybe the next seed that you play that is in Cross Keys, it turns out to be that the move that you made would be the right move.
Mm-hmm. I play a lot with Wolfie, and then Wolfie and we were asked about do you do the Ganon's Tower climb? And then I think that Wolfie's answer, which I agree with, is that the GT climb is required in about 1 of 3 seeds, and we tend to do it in about 1 of 2 seeds.
One last question I did want to ask you before we move on to wrapping up this interview, Danny. So, did you have fun? We got to mention a little bit about how you did commentary for the Gembro's run at MagFast last week. Did you have fun?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It ended up being a pretty entertaining run, too. I was a little worried that I would blow out my voice between all of the, talking that you have to do at MagFest. I also did a bit of performing while I was there, including on vocals. So, fortunately, my voice, I think, felt mostly okay while I was doing the commentary, but it was a really entertaining game. Ninjembro was awesome to work with, and we ended up even beating estimates, so that was pretty cool.
Most important part of speedrunning right there. All right, so any closing thoughts? I'm going to start with Dixon first. Any closing thoughts as we put a lid on this match here about this or game number 4?
Nothing much on this game. GG's again, Danny, and then looking forward to tomorrow, game 4. I'm sure it'll be a fun watch. And then if there is a game 5, also looking forward to, some more co-op veterans fun. So that'll be good.
Yeah, absolutely. GG Dixon, this was absolutely a fun seed until it wasn't. And definitely looking forward to watching game 4, and I hope that we'll play each other later in the week too.
Anything you want to add, Gilgamesh?
No, I just want to thank the runners for letting us restream this. This is a fun one to watch. Thanks to the trackers for doing the job. Thanks to chat for chatting. Rick, thanks for sitting in the booth with me. This was a fun one to call.
Yes, indeed, it was absolutely wonderful, but be sure to give both of our runners a follow. They wound up giving out their hearts and souls for the last 2 hours. Danny Music, Dixon, GG's.
GG's.
GG.
All right, once again, special thanks to Say Ryu X and Lady Laura Linda for clicking those buttons, and also thanks to the staff of Speed Gaming for getting us on the air. So I'm going to let Gilgamesh say the final words of this match, but I'm Adirondack Rick saying thank you, and join us once again tomorrow, 8:10, for the continuation of this series between these two in the conference semifinals.
Yep. Thanks everyone for watching. Like Rick said, we've got the Game 4 this night or tomorrow night, and there's also another match on the board for the Invitational League as well at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you looking for a little afternoon rando, stay tuned for that one as well between Divine Beastie Boys and OK Dudes. But otherwise, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Enjoy the remainder of your evening or morning, wherever you are in the world, and thanks for watching.